Hello, so this is the procedure to turn on the venue as well as the venue streaming. So I like to walk over to the venue, and you can see today none of the lights are on. So if you walk right here next to this table, there's two light switches. Actually, that one stays on, but the one next to it, and you can see it turned on some of these lights in here. I'm not going to open this door. All right, so you're gonna see another light switch right here, and that should fire on these lights, so perfect. Now, the next thing is the venue is super dark, I can't see in there. So there's a bunch of lights right here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on all of them. There we go. And now there's light in here. So the first step is gonna be to head over to the front of house where the board is, and all right, so this is the streaming audio, or sorry, this is the main audio setup, and that's the computer setup with Proclaim. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of tuck this aside, and if you look under the table, there's actually a little key right here, and you can see there's there's on text on the left side. So I'm just gonna switch this to the left side, and you're gonna see some lights come on the board, and you might hear a few clicks, and there you go. You can see the soundboard is turning on. So the next thing you need to do is log in. So the password is P, uppercase G, uppercase F, and it says, do you wish to recall user scene? Just press yes. Now, if I go to scenes right now, we're on HFD current 24, and it could change later on in the future, but whatever is the most current scene on there is what you should load. So the next thing we have to do is we have to turn on the amp box under the stage, so it's located all the way down there. So I'm gonna walk over there. And it's a similar concept to what we just did, where there's a key right here. And I'm just gonna turn the key to the left. And you should see all the lights turn on here. Couple clicks, there you go. Just like that. Close the door. And we're gonna head back to the front of house. All right, so now once we reach here, there's another amp in the streaming booth. So what I like to do is go through this door right here. You can see there's another door right here, which allows you to enter the streaming booth, and there's a light switch right here. Just like to turn that on. It's kind of broken. Hopefully it's fixed by the time the next person's here, but alright, I'll just leave it for now. I'm gonna enter this door right here, so let me use my key. It's usually locked. There we go. And there's a light switch behind the pillar right here. There we go, we have light in here. So if I go all the way to the end, you can see a little blue switch right here. You can turn that on, you're gonna see the light turn on, and there you go. That system is turned on. Try the light one more time. There we go, the light turned on this thing. All right, so I'm gonna head back to the sound system over here. And now everything as far as the sound system is turned on. So the only way we can test that is by playing something through Spotify, for example. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the computer setup next. So just like in the Sanctuary, there's a little button right here. You push that in, and you should hear a noise. And then the computer should turn on soon. And while that's turning on, what I like to do is to your right side, there's some switches right here. So this is for the projector screen, so I'm just gonna press down, and and that's gonna start bringing the projector down. And by the time I come back over here, you can see that the computer turned on. So you need to log into the Venue account. So the password is just Venue, all lowercase. There we go. And the next thing I like to do is open Proclaim and Spotify, or any other applications that you need to open. And I'm just gonna unpause this Spotify right here. And I'm gonna go over to the board over here. I'm gonna unmute the main, and I'm gonna bring up the Spotify. And you can hear the Spotify, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mute that. So we're good on the sound, everything turned on properly. Just gonna press cancel here. I'm gonna open the 945, if I can find it. March 24, 945, right there, Venue. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put this on air, and just like that, we're good there. And there's a remote right here, and this remote controls the projector. So I'm just gonna press on this little button right here, and you're gonna hear a little click, and then that's the projector turning on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this remote right here, and this is gonna control the confidence monitors. So I'm gonna walk over to these two confidence monitors right here, and starting with the first one, there's a little power button right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and press that, and you should see a little light in the corner right there, just like that, and you can see it turned on. Now moving to this side, I'm gonna do the same thing. I think I need to get a little closer. There you go, and you can see that light in the little corner turned on. Now going back to this side, these take a few seconds to turn on. All right, so on the remote, you're gonna press this button in the top left-hand or right-hand side, and you're just gonna keep pressing it until HDMI 1 is highlighted. I know there's a glare, but hopefully you can see better on the other TV. So once HDMI 1 is highlighted, just don't touch anything, and it should snap into place. You should see the slides. There you go, just like that. So on this TV, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna press the button on the top right. You're gonna press it until you see HDMI 1 highlighted, and then you're just gonna let it go. Don't press anything, and it should snap into place. Just like that, perfect. So everything in the Venue is set up. Now I'm gonna go over to the streaming booth and set that up next. So I'm just gonna put this remote back here, and I'm gonna walk back there. All right, so entering the streaming booth, you see this power strip right here, and if you look under, there's a little switch right here. Turn that on, and that turns that system on. You can see this screen turned on. Now there's a little monitor back here. It might be temporary, so it might not be there all the time, but what you're gonna do is you're just gonna press it and hold it for about 3 seconds, and then let it go, and then you'll see it's turning on right there. Next up, we're gonna turn on these two monitors. So you can see right here, this little power button. You just hold it for about 2 seconds and then let it go. And a little light will turn on there and the monitor will turn on. So the same thing for the other one. 1, 2. The light turned on and the monitor should turn on next. Just like that, perfect. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to System Setup. And I'm gonna scroll right using the knob until it says System. I'm gonna select HDCP. It's gonna highlight it, and I'm gonna turn the knob until it says off, and I'm gonna push it in. And you're gonna see the monitors turn blue. That's completely normal. So once they turn blue, you're gonna go back to the regular camera. I go blue a few times. There we go. So now we're gonna go back to here. I'm gonna highlight. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, sorry. I'm gonna highlight HDCP, and I'm gonna turn it left this time so that it's back off. These are gonna turn blue, and then the system is good. So the next thing is we're gonna set up the stream audio, so Cubase. So just like all the other Macs, there's a little button on the far right hand side. I'm just gonna push that in, you should hear a noise. And to turn on the speaker, just kind of twist it like this, and you should see a little light. Hello, hello. I might have missed the button. Let me press it again. Okay, there we go. The computer was a little slow to turn on. I'm not sure what's happening there, but I'm gonna log into the streaming booth account. So the password is streaming. Hopefully I typed that in correctly. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna press cancel here. And just like in the Sanctuary, we're gonna start by loading up SoundGrid Studio, but you're gonna see it bouncing around there. So that just means it's kind of auto opening, so we don't need to worry about launching that. It's just gonna launch by itself. All right, and once the little dot appears on the bottom, we know that it's finished launching. Press it one more time. All right. Sometimes you have to double click it if it doesn't open, but it should open eventually. So we're gonna press patch. We're gonna select Timothy's Mac Mini, unselect the one to the left, and then select device to device, and just ensure that there's green boxes all the way down. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the master template folder for Cubase. I'm just gonna go open the most recent folder, so right here, March 17th. Go ahead and launch that by double clicking it, and that should launch. So while this is launching, I'm gonna go over to the streaming computer right here. I'm just gonna enter the password, streaming. And this is gonna be the computer for Wirecast. So I have both of these loading right now. And once this one's loaded, we're gonna open up the venue stream. And that should turn on. So while that was happening on this side, you can hear that the sound is passing through. That's why I had unpaused Spotify over there, so I can just confirm that there's sound. And if you can't hear anything, maybe the speaker might be off, so just twist it like that. And there you go. You should hear sound now. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the Wirecast to make sure there's a modulation, and we're good there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mute all of these. Alright, so everything is set up as far as this part, and the last thing I like to do is I like to walk over to the cry room, and there's a little TV in there. I would just like to turn that on in case anyone wants to sit there. So over here, it is normally locked, but I got lucky today. So there's a little remote right here. It's usually sitting on the piano, and there's a little power button on the top right. Just press it in, you'll see a little light, and just like that, it's perfect. All right, so that's how you set up the stream and the sound system in the venue. Thank you.